Have a good day. We're going to talk about educational applications, how to boost student engagement. My name is Farah Ristom, Microsoft Certified Educator, Microsoft Certified Trainer. Welcome to all suggestions, feedbacks, and questions at the end of the session. For today, our table of contents, we start with an overview. We're going to talk about educational applications in general, yet we will discuss specifically today Nearpod and then the conclusion. Starting with an overview, starting with a big question actually, how can educational applications increase students' engagement in classroom? Actually, many teachers are worried about it and they are still facing problems, though they are using and they are preparing their lessons using different applications, yet still they need specific applications to keep the students involved during the lesson, excited, happy and willing to participate during the lesson. To start with, what is student engagement? According to Douglas Williams, director of the Canadian Research Institute of Social Policy at the University of New Brunswick and a member of the US National Academy of Education, he defines student engagement as a long-term disposition towards learning. Actually, he views learning as fun, seeing it as important, seeing the value of working with and functioning as part of a team, being part of a social institution, and much more. The conclusion: engaged students equal lifelong learning students. Why we are focusing on student engagement? Actually, once student is engaged, this means we are after development of personality, individual growth, promoting creativity, increasing productivity, highlighting on the fact that mistakes are to learn from. Also developing communication skills, leadership skills, project management skills, in addition to supporting team environment and much more benefits once students are engaged. Accordingly, it is our responsibility to provide the support for all educators, teachers, and specialists and assistants and all the people they are working in the education field to help to improve students' involvement. Educational applications, actually, educational technology are strategies to improve students' involvement. Educational applications play a very vital role in existing educational system and help teachers and educators in very new revolutionary ways and methods to engage students. Actually, educational applications enhance digitally interactive learning by making the learning process fun with these trustworthy user-friendly applications and tools. Educational applications. As you can see here is a list of top best applications for educators, but this doesn't mean that these are the only ones. These are top best applications, and for today, I have chosen Nearpod to start with. What are our learning objectives? Today, we're going to explore Nearpod platform, find and utilize lessons and interactive videos from Nearpod library, create a Nearpod lesson, add and use interactive activities, to our Nearpod lesson, launch a Nearpod lesson, and post session report. Let's start together and see what is Nearpod. Actually, Nearpod is an engagement tool, and it is a very important and interactive platform where as you can see, Nearpod is an instructional platform that merge formative assessment and dynamic media for collaborative learning experiences. Nearpod is an award-winning platform with interactive lessons, videos, formative assessments, also built for distance learning, hybrid, and school-based settings. What can a teacher do using Nearpod? A teacher can support students in different methods and ways. A teacher can create interactive presentations and can include a variety of content and variety of activities such as quizzes, polls, videos, images, drawing boards, web content, and too many other formative assessments. Nearpod features. Actually, there are many features for this application. Convert existing multimedia content to Nearpod, create new slides, slideshow, adding videos, adding audio files, PDF viewer, add web content, a live Twitter stream, and most important, you can download on both systems, Android or iOS. As a plenary now, I would like you to think about how can you use Nearpod with your students as educators, whether it is in a physical classroom or a virtual classroom. You can write down how can you use Nearpod, and you can write down also what are the things, or at least one thing that you are excited about to know more. We will move to learn how to sign into Nearpod. Actually, if you choose Chrome, I have Chrome already. If you can, you have the choice to. It's up to you what you have, Chrome or any other browser. Simply you go to the browser and just you type nearpod.com, sign up, and then you're going to have sign up for free sign up with Google, sign up with Office 365, or you can create it from scratch account for Nearpod. Simply you write your first name, then you move to last name, and then the school email or even your email. It's up to you, and password, and then you sign up. And as you can see, it's very easy and very simple. As you can see here, I have already signed using my Hotmail, my personal email. To start with, we are now in Nearpod, and this is the home page. The Nearpod homepage, it is divided into three main spaces. As you can see, the left pane, which is in gray, starting with the join a lesson, and here where we type the code to join the lesson. My library, and this is my library, as you can see here, my library, I can have my lessons, I can create my lessons, or upload a PowerPoint already I have prepared before, and I can edit or I can modify it according to the requirements. As you can see here, we have different lessons for different subjects. We have math, we have digestive system, solar system, and other lessons. We can use Nearpod, lesson in Nearpod to create or to upload a new PowerPoint lesson in Google Slide or video. However, we can find these also in Plus New, and then after a while we will find together how to find these buttons also in Plus New. Moving to reports. Reports are for my students. Once they are done with the lesson, I can have all the data in details for all the activities, for all the users that they are registered and joined my lesson. As you can see here, moving to Nearpod library, the library actually, it's a very rich library with lessons and videos, and it is a variety of subjects, and you can select as per your own student's grade level. Back to Nearpod, as you can see here, by clicking on the logo, you can move to teacher resources. Teacher resources, as you can see, we have live webinars, we have videos, teachers and admin resources and blogs. You can check and you can add to your information or whatever things that you need to learn about, to get ideas, to help while creating your own lessons. Really, they are very helpful resources. Back to Nearpod homepage, and as you can see here, once I am changing from my library and selecting another tab, the workspace changes accordingly. Back to my library, and we will talk now about the two main tabs. We have a Plus New. As you can see here, the same options, you can see them in the workspace. They're down in my library. Lessons in Nearpod, this is a new lesson in Google Slides, and we can create new folder just to organize our library and our lessons. Moving to quick launch, we have the main activities that we can use once we are creating our Nearpod lesson. Should we need to manage our Nearpod lessons? Simply once you click on this here, you're going to have the setting pane. As you can see, I can select and personalize my account, selecting any picture I would like. And I'm using here my personal email. I can manage a Nearpod account, the profile, and I can personal information and others, and I can go to advanced. Maybe I want one example, enable students names to autofill. This is once they use Google or Office 365. However, if they are not using these, Google or Office 365, and joining from iOS and Android applications, they have to enter their names manually. Back here, as you can see, we can also have lesson settings. Similarly, we can have the same page. Back to Nearpod, we are now back to the workspace, as you can see here. And there are many prepared lessons. The lessons, if we create a folder from here, I can, for example, name the folder as math and create a folder. As you can see, I'm creating my folder just to organize. So math, my lessons, and I have math. If I go to my lessons, I can move the math lesson from here, add it to the folder, and which folder I have math here, and I can add it to the folder math. So as you can see here, now we can even change the color of the folder. If we have many folders, it will be nice. I can remove it. I can rename it. Could be a math for certain grade. I can add another folder and add lessons and share it. So as you can see, also the lesson with the three options here with three dots, I can share it with teachers, maybe a parallel teacher, and would like to have a copy. I can duplicate it and just edit it for other sections if I'm teaching more than one section. Add it to the folder. As you have seen, I have added to math, and remove from folder. It will be out with my lessons, all lessons. Reports, I can check the reports of the students once they do it, and I can delete. If I want to have a general look, I can adjust preview, and I can see how a Nearpod lesson looks like. We're trying now. It's just loading, as you can see here. Preview. I can see this is a sample. It's a math lesson, shape attributes. Actually, it was in Nearpod library. I have saved it in my library and it just make some changes. Simply, there are simple questions and activities as formative assessments match the term with the definition. So if I want just to see, for example, sides with the same length, equal sides, I will try to find out angles that measure 90 degrees. I will check this one, and I will check, for example, right angles. So these are correct answers. Great. So as I can see, we have 9 slides and we have different activities, and we can see the question at the very top here, match the attributes with the correct shapes. Now it's not a definition, it's with the shapes. Also, we have an activity, it's a drawing activity, as you can see. We have a poll at the end of the lesson. just to check the understanding of the students. So now we have an idea about Nearpod, and let's now find out how to find a lesson and how to find a video in Nearpod library. Moving to Nearpod library, as you can see here, we can search for lessons, we can search for videos. How can we search for lessons? Simply you click on lessons. You can write here, for example, the things that you are looking for. For example, I'm looking for solar system lessons. I can also select here, as you can see, we have many lessons in the library. Yet I want only to select the subject science. I don't want all subjects. I want to select the lessons for grade 6, for example, and I want full lessons. So here I can have only the collection for 4, 5, and 6, for example, and I can select the lesson that I want simply. If I want to check the lesson, as you can see here, I can just preview the lesson. I click on a preview. Once I click on preview, I can check the lesson and see if this is what I'm looking really for. Simply, you can see the lesson. It's still loading. If you like the lesson, you can share it, okay? Or you can add it to my library and it will be with the lessons that you have created, and or you have you want to collect them with the collection that you already have in your library. Simply you press on preview and you can see the lesson, the learning objectives. If you want to have a full screen, you can see it, and you can check the learning objectives, as you can see here. As I said, if this is what you're looking for, you can just also move forward and check the quizzes, the activities, the questions, and see if this is what you are really in need for your subject that you are teaching or for your unit. Skip the quiz, okay? Since we don't want to do any quizzes now, and then I can just back to the to Nearpod. If I like it, as I said, I can just add it, and now it is the lesson successfully added to my library. I go back to home page and I can check this is the lesson that I have just added. Can I edit? Yes, of course, I can edit from here. And as I said, I can modify it as my needs, as per maybe as per the requirements of the coordinators. Moving to Nearpod library once again, and now we are looking for videos. If you click on videos, you can also write here, but now we want a video about a solar system. We are now looking for videos for solar system. I can make it more to select per subject. I can also select the grades that I'm looking for. And if I want for lessons or virtually, or any resource type. This is, I can also select from the list shown. Now I want to select a video. I can adjust, as you can see here, I want 3 to 5. These are the grades, or I'm looking to 4, 5, 6. It depends what I'm looking for. Now, I will select the first one here, preview, just to show you an example about selecting and finding the right and the perfect video that suits your lessons. So just preview and a little bit. So to start with the video, to see the video that we have selected, we just press on a preview so that we have an idea about the video before we add it to the library, or we can customize it or to edit or to modify, as I have said. So once we have the video, as you can see here, here is the description. How many minutes, science, grade 3-5, and you can share it, as I said. The video has embedded activities, multiple choice question 1, and open-ended question 1. And you can teach immediately. If you press on live participation, you will generate the code and you will share it with your students, or you can have it in another way, live participation or student-based, and we will talk about these later. We can have a preview. Okay, we can have also the transcript, video questions, as you can see here. I can have a preview. Once you select a preview, you can see now the video. As I said, that there is one open-ended question. This means this blue dot, once the student who's watching the video is you can just check here that the blue dot, it has multiple choice question, true or false, and the question is Mercury is the farthest planet from the sun. And once you reach the other dot, there is an open-ended question. Why do you think we haven't found life on the other planets in our solar system? So as you can see here, this is only a sample, and we are back to our home page, to our we are back to the lessons, to the Nearpod home page. So by now we know how to sign in, how to create a new account, what is a Nearpod, what are the main areas, how can we navigate, and how can we use Nearpod library, find the suitable lesson or the suitable videos, and how can we edit them or share with others. Now we have to move and to start how to create a new Nearpod lesson from scratch. Simply, if you click on a plus new lesson in Nearpod, we start with Nearpod lesson. As you can see here, first of all, you start with the title. Today we're going to talk about body systems, and I can write maybe grade 8. Settings here, I can write a description, for example, parts, systems, functions. I can use hashtags, grade 8, science. I can also write body systems. I can select here the grade. It's for grade 8, the subject. I can use, as you can see here, we have different subjects, fine arts, health, math. I will select science and submit. So this is step 1. I give a name to my lesson and I select the settings and I write the details that I need to add to my lesson as a title. Step number 2, I will start creating my Nearpod. This means I will start with the content. Simply, if you add slide, we have content, we have activities. Content, we means that the material that we're going to start with building our new Nearpod lesson. We will start with the material for our students. For example, I will start with the title. So I will choose slide so that I will write the title here, human body systems, as you can see here. I can select the theme and we have different themes, as you can see. I can change the font size, make it huge if I want. And I can add here learning objectives, if, as you can see here, parts of body systems. I can write also about functions. So simply I can add bullets if I want, but not for the learning objectives. I can make it just as capital letter. Okay, now here, this is what I need. If I want to add anything else, I can add simply a background. Usually, whenever you are creating a lesson, maybe, or a quiz, you can add a logo. I can add a logo, for example, or any picture from here, or I can search for a background. I can use any other way, a Dropbox, OneDrive, if I have the image there saved already, or I can just search for the image from my folder. I can use, for example, the logo of the school, and I can add it simply to the title slide. I can preview. I see how it looks like. If I like it, if I don't want it, I can just change as I said, and it's up to you. So we'll make it white, save and exit. This means now I have started with the first slide, as you can see. It is saving, processing now. And we will move to slide number 2 once it is saved. Simply, I can add another slide. As I said, now we are in the content. For my students, I want to add a web content. And since my lesson is about human body systems, okay, so I can choose any a reference for my students so that they can simply refer to once they are watching or they are studying. So here, and I can select the link, as you can see here, sorry, and back to the presentation. And I can add the link and I can save it. So I will repeat the steps. I will repeat the steps. I want to add a web content to my Nearpod lesson. I can choose. I can select any website. Okay. Maybe a reference website or a biology dictionary website here, as you have seen as a second example, and then back to my presentation. I can just paste the link that I want, and then I can save it. Now we have another slide with a website. We have another slide with website. I can add other content. For example, I can add a VR field trip and make my my Nearpod lesson more rich for my students. I've just typed human body systems, and I will select VR field trip systems. For example, bodies the exhibition, as you can see here, and done. And I have added a new content. There are many contents, as you can see here, many types, and you can select the type that you find it suitable for your students. As you can see here, I can also add a video for my students, and I'm still now building my Nearpod lesson. I'm trying to have a different contents so that I can enrich my I will select here YouTube. I can enrich my lesson, human body systems. I will select any human body systems. I will try to have something for kids, for example, and human body systems. I can write here for kids to be more specific. Okay, and I will select the video and I will save it. As you can see here, now I have a video saved, and back to my Nearpod. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 slides already created in my Nearpod lesson. Now we will move and we will start with activities. And these activities, as I said, these are assessments. We will try to start with open-ended question. The first question that I would like my students to see as a start: list the human body systems. And this one, it could be a starter so that you know what your students know about human body systems. You can help them by adding any image, okay, about human body systems, or you can add a video just as a support for your students, since they don't know about the human body systems, and this is as a starter question. Or you can give them a web content so that they can read before they answer. You can add a timer. You want only 30 seconds to be to answer this question. You can write here starter, and then you have to save it. So this is the first type of activity or task that you have assigned in your Nearpod lesson, as you can see it here. Another one, we can have another assessment activities. I can draw, use something like draw. This is a very nice assessment, and the students, they like this activity actually. You can write here, draw the stomach in the digestive system as an example, and sure, question 1. You can be more specific. You can add the image as I told you. You can search for it, or if you have it already, dot image, for example, so they know how to draw. It will be easy for them. Dot paper, and then I save it. I have to remember that everything that I'm adding, I have to save. Another activity, I would like to share it. And very nice activity, as I said, fill in the blanks. And this is most of the students or the teachers, they have these questions in their quizzes. For example, stomach is part of the digestive system. So now I'm using fill in the blanks. Great. Lungs is part of the respiratory system. Once I write the sentences, I can also select here. I can change the text style. Next, I would write, this is the words that they have to choose to fill in the blanks, and lungs. Then done, and I finish preparing a question using the activity fill in the blanks. Now I will use poll, and this is usually used at the end of every lesson, just to find out how much students learned and how do you feel about the lesson today. Just we want to know. For example, I can say I'm confused. I need the practice. I can also add I am happy. I'm satisfied. Okay. So I can also save it, and this is just a poll to know how satisfied are the students at the end of every single lesson. Now my Nearpod lesson is ready, and I want to preview before I start launching the lesson and to share the code with my students to join the lesson. So now I can see that this is from student preview. This is exactly what the student can see from their own view. So preview, they can start with the title, and they will see here that I have added a web page. They can see that I have added here enter VR, as can you see it? All these types and contents just to engage students. Also, I have added a video. I have added open-ended question, as you can see here, and I have, as a starter, list the human body systems. And then I have added a question, and I have asked my students to draw the stomach, and I have attached a dot paper. They can use the pen, for example, the colors, and they start drawing the stomach, whatever it looks like. Okay. They also, I have added the fill in the blanks question, as you can see here, lungs for respiratory, stomach, and this is, and there is a poll. And this was the last thing that I have added. I am satisfied, and then it is done. So here back now, we are done. Okay. I will just close the preview, and I'm back to my Nearpod lesson, where I'm creating the lesson, as you can see here. And now, since I'm satisfied, I can save it. Okay, I can save, and I can exit, and I can go back to Nearpod, the home page, to see this is my lesson now added to the lessons that I have already created before. Simply now, we want to share the lesson. We want to launch the lesson. We have two types. We have live participation and student-based. Live participation, this means at the same time the teacher is driving the lesson, and both of them, they are working at the same time while the teacher is moving the slides. However, student-based participation, this means that the teacher share the code with the students, and the students, they can finish the lesson as per their convenient time. So let's have live participation and see how the code is generated first. Live participation, as I said, that it will be both of them, they are doing, they are working in parallel, the teacher and the student. As you can see here, now we have the code. Students join with this code the lesson that I have created. I can send the code by email. I can share it social media, okay, or a link, and copy the link and maybe send it in a chat box or whatever. Once I have the code, now the students, they can join the lesson. So now here, if I'm back, now students, once they put the code in the join code, they can start the lesson. So live participation, as you can see here. Yes, I will resume the lesson. I have the code. And now I am, this is the lesson that I have shared, as you can see here, and I can share from here also as well. And we can, once the students, they finish, the teacher should remember to download the reports and then end the session to collect the data and the to check the for the assessments. Also, if we go from here, we can see the link that I have added. However, I want to show you how I can switch to student view. And here you can see now how student can view the lesson. Simply, now, great. This is how can the students, they can see the lesson. Okay, from this device only. And then here we have the video or the slides, as you can see, and this is the drawing, and you can see how the students, they are able to answer. This is here, for example, and this is here, and they have to press done and see how it will be nice work, and you got 2 out of 2 correct answers, and then you close, then you move, then the student will move, and there's the poll, and I am satisfied, and then they have to submit the lesson at the end. I will be back now and switch it to teacher view again. And here, how do you feel? And these are how you can find the poll. Then we will going to see all the students, as you can see here, but since we don't have any students, that's why it looks empty. Once I finish reports, so I can have all my reports, and I will remind you now that all the reports, they have to be back to the main page. And here we have end the session, and we are back to the home page. As you can see, if I go to reports for this lesson, actually I don't have any students. I can select, I can find out human and find out the lesson that I did. However, since I don't have any reports, so I have nothing it's shown, but I can show you any report for other students, for other classes. For example, here I have about 30 students. As you can see here, the report is very important. This is a session report. This is a sample for a lesson scratch drawing, student participation. You can see here how many students, and there was only 2 types of questions or activities, open-ended and draw. Open-ended, you can see we have 2 open-ended questions, and you can just see the names and the responses and no answers and who answered the questions. Similarly on draw it, I have 3 draw it questions, and you can see a summary with the names and the drawings. Once you are done with the session report, you have 2 options. You can share it. Maybe you will share it with your coordinator or your parallel teacher, and you can also download the report. By now, we are back to our presentation. So we have learned about how to log into Nearpod account, and we have created a new account if you don't have, else you can sign in simply using your own account. We have explored Nearpod together and learned about a homepage and the toolbar and the workspace. We have learned today also how to search for interactive lessons using Nearpod library, and we have search by standards, subject, grade, or resource type, or any keywords in the search box. Also, we have learned how to add a lesson from a Nearpod library. We moved to interactive videos, and we have seen that we can select the video that we want, and we can preview, and we can add as well to our library. Then we moved to creating a Nearpod lesson from scratch, and there was actually we have talked about two sections or two main parts while creating a Nearpod content, and how to add different types of content, media. We have added the video, we have added the Nearpod, the 3D or VR a field trip, and web content. We can add as much as possible to enrich our Nearpod lesson, and we have added different types of activities, open-ended questions, quiz, poll, fill in the blanks, and sure there are other activities to add. Finally, we have seen how to launch a Nearpod lesson. And we said that we have the live participation and student-based. Students can complete the assignment on their own. It shouldn't be on the time, just you share the code with your students. We said also once we are done, we can post session reports, and we can have the report. As we said, we can download it as a PDF or download it as a CSV. And this is all for today about Nearpod. As a conclusion, as era of technology, educational applications are the future and will add power to teachers and educators in tomorrow's economic and social culture. Educational applications sure will have a positive effect to increase students' engagement in classroom. Thank you so much and have a good day.